Hi, Steve. We're just beaten by a better team tonight.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the disappointment is we're a bit sort of naive towards the end, certainly. But when you're playing against Man U, we had a big chance. Callum had a great chance, and De Gea pulls off a wonder save. I know Carl's made some terrific saves, but against the big teams, De Gea's come up with as I said, a really, really top save. It might have been a little bit different. The disappointment was, to get beat 4 in the end, but and we were a bit naive towards the end. We left wide open spaces behind us, and we know with Rashford in particular that if you do that against top players like him, then it becomes very difficult.
Thanks, Damien. Scott Wilson.
Hi, Steve.
Scott.
You mentioned Carl's save there. I mean, firstly, just a word about how good his performance was, and then secondly, kind of how is he and how much of a worry is it, his condition, given obviously the news with Martin as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's took a hell of a blow. We hope that he's not too bad. It's one of them difficult ones to assess straight away here now. But again, it's that decision. I wonder if the linesman had flagged earlier. I'm not sure he was offside, but if he had flagged earlier while they're waiting for it, and that's a ridiculous rule, then who knows, it might have been averted. But until we see the scans and how he is, it's fair to say, though, he's very sore.
Thanks, Scott. I'm going to go to Miles Starford.
Hi, Steve. How's Isaac on the subject of injuries? What was his?
He's got, unfortunately, he nicked a hamstring in the first half, just before half time, and thought he was going to be okay for the second. Obviously, clearly he wasn't.
Okay, Chris Wolf.
Hi, Steve. In terms of the setup, obviously you've got the likes of Ryan Fraser and Miguel Almiron. How close are they to starting? And was there a temptation to be a bit more bold in terms of playing a few more of those attacking players against the team?
The one thing that we've got is we've got the alternative, of course. But I just thought Joe, Alan, and Callum did very, very well last time out. So I think they deserve to stay in the team, and that's always going to be the debate now. But thankfully, we're in a good position in that area of the pitch. So, they deserved, in my opinion, to get the start the way they did today.
Thanks, Chris. Chris Conway.
Hi, Steve. When you look at that one tonight, do you think perhaps it's one of those where actually, on paper, it looks like a bad result, but the scoreline is sort of crueler than the game was?
Well, it is certainly cruel. You're one each with 5 minutes to go, and then to get beat 4. But we were horribly naive, towards the end of it. But we have a free kick with the 85th minute, was it? John Joe puts it in the box, and then we don't deal with it at the edge, and all of a sudden they've broke on you, and they're arguably as good as anybody you can to play on their counter attack of what they've got, and we were caught with it, which is the disappointing thing. But disappointed that we conceded the 2 late goals late on, of course. But for me, it didn't give a true reflection on it. We had moments ourselves, but then again, you're playing against a very, very good side.
Do you have a follow-up, Chris?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Steve, is one of the biggest disappointments tonight for you the fact that perhaps the players that you look to change the game, the likes of Alan and Callum and Joe Linton, perhaps didn't hit the heights that they can?
Well, I thought we were a threat. We got off to a decent start. For me, what problems were without the ball. I thought we could have done a bit more defensively. I thought we were, if I'm being brutally honest, but I always thought we were a threat on some of the occasions we got. And I remember the great save of De Gea. When you're playing against the big teams like that, who knows? If you take one of them, and it was a great save from De Gea to keep it at 1 each.
And last up, Lee Ryder.
Steve, just one for the supporters, that just the general consensus seems you maybe should have went for the Man United when they were feeling more vulnerable after that 6-1 defeat. I mean, what What's your reaction to that?
And what you said, Lee, yeah, we should have been more attack-wise. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that seems to be.
I think we went like that in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
You know, I think we went like that in the last 10, 15 minutes, and that is the problem that you have, you know, because they're great on the counter attack. And let's be fair, yes, I know Man United have been beaten 6, but there's been some strange results. They were playing with 10 men for, I don't know, an hour or so. So for me, it wasn't a true reflection. But I can understand that, you know, maybe that it was a good time to get them. And for large periods of it, we're in with a shout. I think if you play too many forward players, then they're going to do what they did in the last 10 minutes.